Alright guys, I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be giving you my UFC 306 main card predictions. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. First fight on the main card, we got Esteban Ribovics versus Daniel Zellhuber. Daniel Zellhuber's 3-1 in the UFC on a 3 streak. Esteban Ribovics is on a 2-1, and he KO'd McKinney earlier this year. But honestly, who hasn't KO'd Terrence McKinney at this point? So I think I will take Daniel Zellhuber by unanimous decision. I think that's a good pick. I think he's the favorite as well. So yeah, Daniel Zellhuber um, by a unanimous decision. That's what I'm going with in that fight. Moving right along, Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Ode Osborne. Ode Osborne is garbage. Who hasn't finished Ode Osborne? 4-5 in the UFC. KO'd by Manel Cap, KO'd by Tyson Nam, submitted by Brian Kelleher. Like, the dude is just shouldn't even be in the UFC, much less on the main card of the spear. It's embarrassing. Honestly, Ronaldo Rodriguez by whatever he wants. He's only 1-0 in the UFC, but I think he's going to submit Ode Osborne or knockout. But give me Ronaldo Rodriguez by a second round submission just because Ode Osborne is not good. Not even a little. He's horrible. So, yeah, that's my pick for that fight. Moving along, Diego Lopez versus Brian Ortega. This fight was originally scheduled at UFC 303, but Brian Ortega had to pull out, which he said he's glad he did. But looking at the matchup, we got Diego Lopez. Honestly, to me, is just a better version of Brian Ortega. Way better striking, more dangerous on the feet. Maybe Brian Ortega is a bit more dangerous on the ground. Not sure. But Brian Ortega, 33 years old, been busted up quite a few times. I know he's counting off a win over Yair Rodriguez in the rematch, but he doesn't fight very often. So honestly, I think we're going to see Diego Lopez TKO Brian Ortega in the second round. While Ortega's trying to latch up a submission, I can just see Diego Lopez drop him. Brian Ortega goes down, tries to latch up a submission, but he just gets pounded out by Diego Lopez. Maybe he makes it to a decision, but I don't see it. This is one of the more exciting fights on the card. I'm very excited for this because this card is very top heavy. The rest of the card is a joke for UFC NOCHE. But yeah, Ortega versus Lopez. I'm definitely going to go with Diego Lopez. I think it's a changing of the guard. Ortega's been around a long time. And yeah, he's yet to be chinned, but he has been busted up by a few times by Max Holloway, and then he got injured versus Yair the first time, came back and beat him the second time, fair enough. But I think Diego Lopez is just more dangerous, more well-rounded, because Ortega's striking is atrocious. I think Diego Lopez has more dangerous and better striking. On the ground, it might be a stalemate. Maybe Ortega can latch up a submission, but I doubt it. So, Diego Lopez by a second round TKO. Moving on to Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso, the trilogy. Now, Valentina has been pretty delusional, saying she thinks she won the second fight. She tends to always think that. Whenever she fought Nunes, she thought she won that fight whenever she lost. So she doesn't do very well with taking losses, and I worry about her mental state in this fight. She's also 36 years old, so she's not getting any younger. Grasso submitted her in the first fight, fought her to a draw in the second fight. This time, I think we see Grasso by unanimous decision. I think she's going to outpace and outwork Valentina over the 5 rounds. And yeah, I think she's just going to be the younger and slightly better fighter. I don't think she's going to smoke Valentina by any means, but I think she'll cruise to a comfortable unanimous decision. As I said, Valentina not in the best mental state. I think she won the last fight, 36 years old. I know she's good, but she is a bit overrated. She didn't fight anybody great on her title reign, which, I mean, she did smash everybody as she was supposed to, but I've always thought Valentina was a little overrated. So give me Alexa Grasso by unanimous decision. I think she's going to win 49-46. I think she wins 4 rounds to 1, but maybe Valentina gets 2 rounds, so maybe a 48-47. But yeah, either way, Grasso by unanimous decision. Moving on to the main event, Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. Now, if you look back at Merab's fights, this is a nightmare matchup for him. He's been stunned by Marlon Moraes and Henry Cejudo with nearly the same exact shot. If Sean O'Malley catches Merab with a right hand, I think he's going to knock him out cold. So I think um, Merab is going to come out as he usually does. He's probably going to be a little bit more cautious with the takedowns, knowing how dangerous O'Malley is. But I think sooner or later, Merab's going to shoot a sloppy takedown. Maybe he'll get O'Malley down once. I doubt it. But I think O'Malley's distance management and striking is just so crisp and so fast that on one of the takedowns Merab's going to go for, he's going to get hit with a right hand and he's going to go down. And I think O'Malley has some nasty ground and pound. So I think if he can finish him a similar way he did to Aljo, I don't think he one shot KOs Merab, but I think he's going to hit Merab coming in trying to shoot a sloppy takedown, and yeah, Merab's going to get TKO'd. I also think that even if Merab does get Sean O'Malley down, he's not shown to be dangerous. I mean, he can dominate, but where's his submission game? Where's his knockouts? He doesn't have knockout power. He doesn't really have striking on the feet. He doesn't really have. Only thing Merab has is cardio. He's not even good at takedowns. His takedown accuracy is awful. His cardio is so crazy, which leads a lot of people to believe he's on EPO. So I think Sean O'Malley by a second round KO or TKO, and I think you're going to see him remain champion. And yeah, for Merab, I mean, there's always a chance he can, if he gasses out O'Malley, but I think O'Malley has a good gas tank, and yeah, I think he knocks out Merab inside too. So that's ultimately my predictions for UFC 305, just the main card. Couldn't be bothered to cover the whole card because I guess I'm a casual. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and yeah, I'm excited for UFC 306 tomorrow.